have another layout for you today using the January Clique kits, and I'm going to be using one of the free cut files that comes with the kit, but when you download that file, it'll have a heart in the middle, and I separated the heart and the circle. And I'm showing you here, I went through the kit and I pulled all of the black and white and grays and the dark royal blues from the kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create kind of a monochromatic layout. I wanted to really highlight that gorgeous royal blue that came in the kit. It's like almost purple, but not. Like it's just the right, it's this gorgeous royal blue, and it has just the right amount of deep kind of purpley tones to it. So most of my layout is going to be using the main kit, but there is a few little pieces from the Traveler's Notebook kit. So I cut my die cut from the 6x6 pad that came in the Traveler's Notebook kit, and then I think there's two other pieces I end up grabbing from the Traveler's Notebook kit. But both of those items that I grabbed from the Traveler's Notebook kit would be easy for you to find in your stash should you just have the main kit. So those two pieces of paper that are torn there, those are actually the leftover scraps from the layout that I made and had up on Sunday. I am just matting my photo with this gorgeous aqua blue paper, and I'm scrapbooking a photo today of my youngest son. So I wanted to really be able to show that this kit can be used for a variety of layouts, a variety of styles of layout. And I wanted to use, I really wanted to pull in all of those purples and blues and scrapbook a photo of my boys. So I will tell you right now that this photo, when I put it down the wrong direction. It's kind of sideways. And I don't think you could have been able to tell really just because of the way the photo is shot, but I could tell. And so when this is all over, you'll see there's lots of close-ups at the end, and you'll notice that the photos switched around because after I got all done and turned off the camera, I went, oh, my photo's sideways. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going through all the little bits and pieces that I pulled. A monochromatic layout is a really great way when you're at the beginning of a kit to start pulling products without getting that deer in the headlights look and being kind of like, where do I go next? You know what I'm talking about. So a great idea is to grab a color from the kit, one that's around there, one that's in the kit, but maybe not the color that is the primary color of the kit. And then pull your supplies that have shades of that color, and then you have a nice amount of product to create a layout, and you have enough that you can make choices, but you're not so overwhelmed by it. So I really think that that is a great tip when you're first starting a kit and you're kind of like, where do I begin? I know I shared another one of my tips on Sunday, which is to find an inspiration piece on Pinterest, and then this is another great one, is to just grab a color that you like. So this layout actually started with that Vicki Boutin frame and tag from the tag pack, and it says, "Together is a wonderful place to be," I believe, and it has the black and the white and that lovely shade of royal blue. So I knew I wanted to pair that with the photo, and then I just decided to go with a kind of monochromatic layout, or, you know, limited color layout, limited color scheme. So I've added lots of little layers off to the side and that little tag from Vicki Boutin, and I put my photo down. And now I'm going to add some pop dots. I keep pop dots on my desk at all times, and what I do with them, I use them on just about every layout. So if I want to pop up a huge piece, like a whole photo or something, I will go ahead and use fun foam. But if what I do is I just kind of see where things naturally want to pop up. So, for example, that tag, even though it was tape, you know, it had tape runner on it, it was just kind of naturally popping up right there, and so that's where I'm going to put a pop dot. And that's how I decide what gets popped up and what doesn't. So I cut apart this tag because I just wanted that little saying along the side of my photo, and I knew that I wanted to put a little bit of a cluster up there, but I wasn't quite sure how to do it. And then I had this idea. So there's a little bit of a story behind this idea. So I'm just going to let you watch me work while I tell you this little story. The other night, I had insomnia really bad. Like, I just couldn't sleep. And it wasn't terribly late. I think it was 10 or 11. And I decided to watch some throwback videos on YouTube. Just as an aside, this little bird clip is from the Traveler's Notebook kit. And when I went to pull my letters, I saw him. And I loved him, and I loved the way he was facing, and he's looking down at the photo, and it was so absolutely perfect, so I had to grab him and use him. And he was the right colors, just I had to get that little bird in there. But that's from the Traveler's Notebook kit, and also on the side you'll see there like a little tag and the little tile stickers. And those are from the Traveler's Notebook kit too. But again, these are items that you could pull from your stash to go with your own monochromatic layout, and you wouldn't need the Traveler's Notebook kit. So anyway, it was late at night, and I decided to do throwback Christy videos. So I was watching Christy's Beautiful Life on YouTube, and I was watching a really old video from, I think, 2015. And she did this amazing, like, hidden journaling thing with a glassine bag, which, for some reason, it just struck me as being, like, really cool. And so I decided, I made, like, kind of a mental note that I wanted to do it on a layout that I had coming up, or the next one I worked on, just something. And this was like the perfect layout to do it with, because I knew I wanted to keep this layout kind of simple. Simple in that, I didn't want to add mixed media. I didn't want to add a lot of stuff to it, but I decided that I wanted to do this hidden journaling. So I'm going to take a glassine bag, and you saw me kind of mark with my scissors where I needed to cut it to fit this little journal card in. And I'm just going to grab my tiny attachment and staple it right where it needs to be stapled. And then I'm going to adhere it to the back of my layout. And it's going to create this fun little hidden journaling pocket that sticks up from the top of the layout. Super easy to do. And thank you to Christy Harriman from Christy's Beautiful Life for having such a cool element on a page that I felt the need to try out for myself. And yeah, it worked out really, really well. So, and I was thinking that if you're a Clique Kit subscriber, this would be a great way to use the little bags that we get a lot of our little extra goodies in. And then I'm going to use one of these tabs so that the tab kind of fits over the page. It provides like this little, like just a little something up there. And I did have to cut the journal tag down just because I felt like it stood up too much. I didn't want it to be really high. I just wanted it to be a little bit at the top. So yeah, I'm super excited about that, and it worked really well. So I'm just checking the date of my photo now on my phone, and I'm checking, some of the information, what my son Logan was doing, and I'm gonna go ahead and write down the whole story. And actually, I was super excited because this, I fit my journaling exactly in the spot I had allocated for it. Sometimes that's not so easy to do. So I'm going to grab one of these little labels, and I'm going to use it as a date stamp. So I'm really bad at date stamping. These labels are not glossy. I should have just been able to stamp my date and been fine. But I'm super glad there were 3 blue ones on this thing, and that these labels are really, really, there's a lot of them, because I messed up the first one and I have to do a second one. It didn't get all of the December, it looked all stupid. I don't know. I really was not happy with the way that stamped. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp it again, and this time it's going to be perfect, and that's okay. That happens to me sometimes with labels, and I just kind of go with it. So I'm going to add those vellum butterflies up at the top, and my easy dots that I use, I'm just going to put a teeny tiny little bit in the middle, and I love these easy dots because you can put, you can adhere vellum down with them, and you don't see it. It's a really nice adhesive. So I was really happy with that. And now my layout is pretty much done, except that I want some gold. So I used my gold, the gold letters that came in the main kit, and I wanted to make sure I had a little bit of gold in some other places too. So I'm just going to sprinkle the gold around. And yeah, so when you guys all get your kits this month, I'd love to see you create a monochromatic layout using one of the colors from the kits. You can go with a girly page, you can go with a more masculine boy page like I did, whatever you would like to do. And you can go ahead and tag me. If you want to share it online, you can tag me in the Clique Facebook group because I would love to see it. And so I have lots and lots of close-ups for you here showing all the different details of my layouts and that gorgeous cut file. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again with another layout from Clique Kits. Bye!